Welcome back to Closing Arguments. What you're looking at here is the home where Jordan Turpin and her 12 siblings were living in deplorable conditions while being abused by their parents. Luckily, Jordan escaped and was able to free her siblings as well after calling 911, and eventually that leading to the arrest of her parents. Her mother and father are behind bars, sentenced to spend the rest of their lives in prison. They do have the possibility of parole, but that's not for a long way off. And before our last break, we spoke with People Magazine senior editor for the West Coast, Melody Chu, and how People Magazine was able to interview Jordan Turpin very recently. She spoke to them about her experiences, talked about what she hopes for her future. This is an exclusive cover story. The issue, by the way, out right now. And you can check out newsstands and also download the free People TV app as well if you want to watch some of it, because not only do you have the article that you can read on the newsstands, but then you can also watch the interview. She looks stunning, just as she does there. Those were some pictures taken, obviously, for the cover photo shoot. And it looks by her TikTok that she had a lot of fun doing that. Now let's talk about something that is not so fun. The really dark side to all this, the child abuse that was going on in that home. We have a great panel of experts standing by in different parts of the country tonight. We want to welcome them in now. We want to welcome in Dr. Carole Lieberman. She is standing by in California. She is a forensic psychiatrist. She is also an expert witness, often in a court of law, and she's a columnist as well. Dr. Carole, I'd like to begin with you, please. When we see Jordan Turpin now, she looks incredible. She exudes positivity. She exudes gratitude, joy. She's dancing, smiling. But one can't help but think that this has had a profound impact on her psyche, and perhaps the way she'll behave for the rest of her life. Give us some insight into that, if you would, kindly.
Yes. They endured such incredible abuse. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and abuse by neglect. And not only by their biological parents, but then when they were placed in a foster home, they were abused in all those ways again, over again, re-traumatized with the same kind of abuse. And it was actually worse when it was by the foster family, because, you know, when you get it from your parents, I mean, you know, of course that's horrible, but then you think you're saved. I mean, she rescued her family, her siblings and so on, and they thought they were saved and out of the woods, and then they're put into a home where the abuse gets repeated. So that makes these children feel as though they are worthless, as though, you know, they were like in their family's home, their parents' home, there was feces and urine and dead animals, and they were starved, and you know, and all these different kinds of abuse, as I mentioned. And so you take that in, the children feel, I must not be worth being fed, you know, and it's not just being starved of food, literally, which they were, but it's also being starved of nourishment, of being nurtured, you know, of love. And so all of that, I mean, it is just incalculable. And to be honest, I worry a little bit. She looks fabulous. I mean, she looks like, I mean, she has done an amazing job of helping her siblings and of course rescuing them and so on. But I don't think people should be, I hope she's in intensive psychotherapy still, because you don't get over this. You know, even if you put on a smiley face and you write songs and dance and all of that, I hope she's getting really intensive treatment, because you can't get over that this quickly.
No. And Dr. Carole, may I ask you about that too? The kind of bonding that happens. That's a great point you made there, Jason. You know, when you're in such a horrific, for most people, unimaginable kind of situation, you're being starved, beaten, abused in every way possible, chained up, living in filth without the ability to take a bath on a regular basis. That kind of bonding with the siblings, I mean, she has 12 siblings. What goes on there with the bonding between them? Is it a type of trauma bonding?
Yes. They were each actually parenting each other. I mean, that's how they survived, because they were each they each had so much love for each other that that they were kind of helping each other through it. You know, the parents had these, I'm sure you saw the pictures that the parents put on Facebook and so on, social media, where they would have them dressed in the same outfits. Every once in a while, they would bring them out of the house, not very often, but for example, to Disneyland. They had them wearing the Disneyland T-shirts and so on. And so they put on this facade for the world, making it seem like they were a happy family. And then the kids knew that that really wasn't what it was like inside. So it was hard to have that reality for each of them. You know, they knew that they were being paraded in a sense as this happy family, but they were miserable. So yes, that creates an incredibly strong bond, and that's why today she is. You know, not only does she want to help lots of people who have problems, who grew up in horrible circumstances, but especially her siblings. So she's really out there pushing herself, you know, to be brave and strong for her siblings.
Yes, there's like a purity there, you know, when you watch her, that she's truly concerned about other people right now, this point in her life, after escaping all of that, that she's looking forward and has so much emotional intelligence to say, I would have used this in the past and then help others and motivate them. She wants to go and study motivational speaking. I mean, it is just remarkable what she's been able to accomplish after having endured that. Dr. Carole Lieberman, big thanks to you for coming on the program tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.